have the health that you want to have? If your answer is no, this is for you.
There's a lot of false hope for sale. Diets, supplements, medication, and they all work for a minute. But the root cause of most health challenges is chronic dehydrations, and you can reverse it with this breakthrough science. To super spike your metabolism, optimize your organs, and give you back the vitality and energy that you truly desire.
From 211 pounds to 174 pounds. Your system is so doable and it works.
Getting hydrated at the cellular level can cause you to be the healthiest you've ever been. Log on to our website, energizedhealth.com, and watch documented testimonials, many of them by medical doctors.
I feel like I owe you my life. I'm taking no diabetes meds.
So log on to our website at energizedhealth.com. That's energizedhealth.com.
Welcome back to this day. If you could transform your life and health and vitality in just 88 days, would you do it? Well, joining me right now is the powerhouse team, John and Chelsea Jubilee with Energized Health. Thank you guys so much for being here today.
Well,
so good to see you once again.
Yeah.
And so I understand you've discovered and developed a way with your patent pending intracellular hydration protocol. A lot of words there.
Yeah, that's good.
To help thousands of people, and you have helped thousands of people already to improve and even reverse certain health conditions. What are some of the conditions that you can treat?
Well, that would take the whole show to list them. So if we started with the A's, I'll just hit the basics. Arthritis, autoimmune disorders, diverticulitis, any type of digestive issues that people have. If they need to regrow cartilage, a lot of people lose their cartilage as they age. They get compression in their spine and their neck, which causes their neck and back pain. And they don't realize that 70% of the strength of a spine is tied directly to one thing. It's the L4, and it's the hydration of the L4. So it's not what they think, it's hydration. So the root cause, we're all about what is the real root cause of your pain or your sickness. And the root cause, about 99% of the time, is one thing, dehydration. It's dehydration. Wow. So if everyone could just imagine, if you've ever been to the hospital for anything, the first thing they do is stick an IV. The first thing they do is start putting hydration into the body because they know no matter what's wrong with you, you need some hydration. Mm-hmm. And we have a way to permanently, just think without ever having to put in an IV, if you could have all that health, that intracellular hydration perpetually in your body, that's what we do with intracellular hydration.
Wow, that's just incredible. You're making me think of a story when I was having one of my children. He was late, and we were getting past the due date, and my midwife said, "Well, let's get you in the jacuzzi, drink lots of water. You need to be surrounded by water. So when you go in for that doctor's appointment, they're not going to say, okay, baby needs to come out because there's not enough fluid. I mean, just fluid, hydration, as you're saying, like it's so incredibly important. How do people lose their inner cellular hydration? How does this happen?
Well, the scientific term is oxidation. It's oxidation. So everybody has set their bananas on the counter, and they're beautiful and a little bit green and yellow. But within a week, what color are they?
More brown.
They're
than
more
yellow.
brown, and that's oxidation. Well, that happens to us as humans through life. So the older we get, the longer we live, inside our bodies is oxidation. So how does a grape turn into a raisin? It just dehydrates over time. So the only difference between a raisin and a grape is dehydration. And every one of us, as we're living through life, if we don't take specific steps, and it's not drinking water, by the way. You could take a gallon of water and pour it on this countertop, And how much water would get in here? Zero.
Right.
None of it will get in. And this is how hard everyone's cells are. The cells become hard as a marble. And this is why it's a patent pending science, because your cellular membrane is as hard as this countertop. It's as hard as a glass marble. So you could drink 2 gallons of water a day and never actually hydrate that cell. And that's why we have 2 patents, about 560 pages of science that shares with people a simple step-by-step process that an 8-year-old could do, by the way. They can follow the steps, because we love to make things really simple for people so that everyone could do it for their whole life. But you've got to get that cell hydrated, because virtually every person that you ever meet, we travel the world, we ask people, most people don't even know how hydrated they are, by the way. And doctors don't even measure it. But 99.9% of people I've ever met in my life, and it really is actually 100%, but I'm just saying 99.9 to give a little bit of leeway in case there's one person out there, but everyone's dehydrated at the cellular level.
And the cellular level, getting the hard shell, is that a side effect of being dehydrated?
It is. So yeah, just through that oxidation and that process of just living life, we all become dehydrated. I've even met professional athletes that were drinking 2 or 3 gallons a day of high alkaline water, reverse osmosis, ionized water, all types of, every kind of, amazing, super expensive $5,000 machines. They're all dehydrated because of this, because the cells are hard as a marble. But I'm happy to say, we've also helped thousands and tens of thousands become fully hydrated. A woman should be 55%, a man should be 60%, and everyone can get hydrated at the cellular level.
What are some signs that show you're dehydrated at the cellular level?
Well, if you crave sugar, you're dehydrated. If you have cravings for sugar, you're dehydrated. If you have bad breath, and probably if your spouse loves you, they won't tell you that you have bad breath, but that's actually a sign of dehydration.
Is that why children children rarely have bad breath? And if they have bad breath, it's like, oh, they're sick. They're coming down sick.
No, that's exactly why, because we're all born hydrated, right? Because as you were saying, you're floating in amniotic fluid. You're filled with fluids, and you're born healthy. We become unhealthy. So pretty much every child is born healthy. They become unhealthy. Skin is a great indicator of hydration, because your skin is your body's largest organ. But if your skin, is starting to get those wrinkles in it, it's not just because you're aging. It's because you're dehydrated. If you're losing your mind or your memory, the brain never ages. Scientifically, the brain does not age. No one loses their memory. They only get dehydrated. And if you lose just 10% hydration, you lose half of your neurotransmitters and brain synapses. You lose half your memory. So it's like walking in your house and turning half the lights off. That's what happens with cellular dehydration in the brain.
Wow, that is so interesting. So how does Energized help solve this problem? What do you do to combat the dehydration?
Well, first of all, I just want to add that one of the largest components of accelerating the aging process and that hardness, we call it a hard layer over the cellular wall, is stress. So cortisol is released anytime anybody's going through stress or living, and just think over a lifetime how much stress someone may have had, right? So we're going to show something on the screen right now. And on the left-hand side, this picture really illustrates what the science is that we teach. So on the left-hand side, you'll be able to see there's a cell that's dehydrated. So the body is made up of trillions of cells, trillions. So we're going after each and every one of those trillions of cells to make it healthy. So the dehydrated cell, the cellular wall, you're looking at the screen, it's kind of like a shriveled up, almost raisin. It's hard on the outside like a marble. So the nutrition and hydration that you're drinking and eating throughout the day, it's bouncing off of the wall because it's so hard it can't get in, kind of like John said, that marble hard surface. And more importantly, the toxins that are inside of that cell, they're trapped. They can't get out for the same reason. Now, if you take a look at the right-hand side of the screen, that's what our science does. It makes the cell permeable like a sponge, so it uptakes the healthy hydration and nutrition, and the unhealthy toxins are released and let out of the cell. And that's what our science is. That's the easiest way to explain and give a visual of that. And that's happening to trillions of cells.
Wow. And so you say 88 days. You're very specific about we can change all this in 88. Why 88 days?
Well, 88 days is what I call, that's the transitional, that's the transitional phase of a cell to go from being hard as a marble to being permeable. And as that cell is transforming, not only is it pushing out the toxins, it's pushing out inflammation. So most people have heard their doctor say, oh, you have a lot of inflammation, you have inflammation. Inflammation causes a lot of disease, illness, sickness in the human body. But as you're just alleviating every toxin, every bit of inflammation out of the cell and pulling in that healthy hydration, that's transformation. So that 88 days is what I call the transformation cycle. That's the transformation cycle. So people will just commit, okay, I'm going to do a simple scientific protocol for 88 days that an 8-year-old could follow. It's not really going to take me any extra time in my day. I just have to make a commitment to make just a couple minor adjustments. We're made to live really a simple life. Life is made to be simple. People try to make it complex, because they want to sell us stuff. So, oh, do this, P90X, I mean, how many people did P90X and they got injuries? Thousands of people got injured doing all this crazy stuff. Or they want us to take all these crazy pills and do all this crazy stuff. No. Real science, and the term of science, by the way, it's just, the definition of science is just the search for truth that is known. So real truth is simple truth. It's simple to do what we really need to do to get healthy for a lifetime. And we've had people literally in their 70s, 80s, 90s transform, get back their health, their life, their vitality. I mean, these people have stories that, they're running marathons, triathlons, they're winning national competitive competitions. We got an 83-year-old guy right now. He qualified for the 55. Seniors are 55, right? He qualified for the Senior Olympics, which is 55. He won the gold medal for pickleball. For pickleball, that's a big thing now, right? Pickleball.
Yep.
So now
and golf.
Yeah. So we've got literally, I've got a 92-year-old guy. He won the National Rowing Championship for 70 and over at 92 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fun. It really is. It's fun for us to watch. And these people get their life back, and we have a lot of people that they think they're healthy, but the real answer is you can be healthier than you think you are. And we have a lot of seniors that are into golf or pickleball, and they live active, healthy lives, but we have testimonial after testimonial of people that have tried it, and they're like, I can't believe how great I feel. I thought I felt good before, and it took like 7 strokes off my golf game, my pickleball skills. So it's just fun for us to listen and watch.
And see the results
people transform.
and hear the testimonials.
Yeah.
It's definitely so interesting. I love how you guys are healing the root of the issue. And it's not just, fixing the symptom. It's actually at the root.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being here today. Stay with us because we'll be back with more of This Day right after this.